Hey y'all, happy Monday. I'm back and I'm here with your Tracy's Take on Wellness. And I'm just getting back in town. We were gone all week in Fargo, North Dakota. And I was on last week giving my take on wellness of being able to recalibrate after kind of a long day of travel that got us up at 2:30 in the morning, knowing that sometimes you have to just succumb to the environment because you have no choice. And so I'm coming to you today, now that I'm back from travel, not realizing that our travel starting from Fargo back to Minneapolis, back to Austin, also started at 10:45 at night. And then we arrived at the airport at 3 in the morning to only have to wait from 3 until our flight left at 10 a.m. So that again, I can't control, sometimes you can't control it. So again, having to succumb to those environments, that is totally disruptive to our mental capacity and our physical being. So knowing that I'm one, right? Just as I'll talk about, it's important that we find places of stillness and awareness to be able to come back to those opportunities, to be able to realize, our habits, our lifestyles, our day-to-day, being to identify those behaviors that support our growth and our wellness, but then also being able to identify those behaviors and maybe those past feedback loops that also indicate that they may not feed our wellness as much as they maybe feed our disease and disconnection. And so that's where I'm gonna lean in today, is knowing that trips like this, or really any vacation or any trips, anything that kind of disrupts my day-to-day. I am one that is very routine. I'm very disciplined in my lifestyle, but not to the point where I'm obsessive. I give myself lots of breaks, which that could be something we speak about on a different take. But coming back into being able to identify where we begin to slip. And for me, a lot of times when I come off of a vacation or a trip or a travel and the excitement leading up to, when I come back, it's very hard for me to get back in forward motion. That's just who I am. It's how I've always been. So now I'm just more aware of it and I'm proactive about it. So like 2 weeks ago, I planned the rest of my July calendar. And then specifically, I made sure that Tuesday through Friday or Tuesday through Saturday, I am scheduled up, meaning I planned for one-on-ones. I planned for networking events. We also have our upcoming Hippo Social Club Wellness Mixer Thursday night. So I know I do best when I am connected to my purpose, connected to my passions, but connected to other people, connected and contributing in positive ways to my family, to my communities, and others that I serve. And I also recognize that sometimes when we come off of a travel that disrupts me or disrupts my mind and body and just my routines in a negative or a positive way, I know that I usually will always fall into this slump where I kind of disconnect, but not in the way that's going to support my wellness. It's more in a way that is going to continue to support that like slip and slide into just being still and ruminating. And so that is going to be your take on wellness. Just as I come on here and I speak to being able to have those routines, those habits, those behaviors, essentially those environments and those lifestyles that support our wellness, we also need to be able to determine and identify us and who we are, to be able to understand and know that our past behaviors, even habits and routines, when they also are going to set us up to pull us deeper down into that disconnection and rumination and essentially disease of just being still, but not in a way that is going to be conducive to building positive relationships, not conducive to our wellness, not conducive to our physical or mental health. So maybe that's the seed that's planted today. Maybe it's not planning for your wellness this week. Maybe it's determining and being able to seek out and identify those past behaviors, those patterns, or maybe those disruptions that come into our lives, because just as wellness is a rhythm, so is old patterns, so are disruptions. We may not be able to know what those disruptions are going to look like when they come into our environments, but if we have better protocols to be able to handle those situations and circumstances when they do arrive, I promise I think you'll come out of that valley a little faster than if you hadn't planned it all. So I will be back tomorrow. If you like this Tracy's Take, drop me a comment, let me know, and I will see y'all soon.